Join me as I dive into the wild idea of Singapore transforming into Asia's powerhouse nation overnight. Let's see if it's really possible. Singapore, a tiny island city-state with a population of just over 5.6 million people, has achieved something that no one could have predicted just a few decades ago. From being a poor post-war nation to becoming one of the world's most prosperous countries, Singapore's rise to success is nothing short of remarkable. Prior to this transformation, Singapore faced a multitude of challenges. In the 1960s, the country was struggling to survive, plagued by high unemployment rates, a lack of natural resources, and limited land. The government was determined to turn things around, but it wasn't going to be easy. The country was also ethnically diverse, with Chinese, Malays, Indians, and Eurasians, making it a complex social landscape to navigate. Singapore's geographical location made it vulnerable to the whims of its larger neighbors, which added to the country's political uncertainty. The separation from Malaysia in 1965 was a pivotal moment that left Singapore entirely on its own. This abrupt shift came with significant challenges, including the need to establish its own defense and economic systems from scratch. The odds were stacked against this small nation, but it managed to persevere. Despite these hurdles, Singapore's leaders were committed to creating a better future for its citizens. They implemented a series of economic policies aimed at attracting foreign investment, promoting export-oriented growth, and developing a robust manufacturing sector. This was a bold move, considering the country had limited resources and manpower. However, the government's vision was clear: to create a modern, self-sufficient economy that would propel Singapore into the ranks of developed nations. Lee Kuan Yew, Singapore's first Prime Minister, played a critical role in this transformation. His pragmatic and forward-thinking leadership laid the foundation for Singapore's meteoric rise. Under his administration, the government emphasized meritocracy, good governance, and the rule of law. These principles created a stable environment for businesses and fostered public trust. Strategic economic policies. The growth engine in the 1970s and 1980s, Singapore began to make significant progress, albeit slowly. The country invested heavily in education, training its workforce to be highly skilled and adaptable. The government also created business-friendly policies, such as low taxes, minimal bureaucratic red tape, and a corruption-free environment. This attracted a flood of foreign investment, which poured into the country, fueling rapid economic growth. To diversify its economy, Singapore prioritized industries such as electronics, petrochemicals, and finance. The establishment of Jurong Industrial Estate in the 1960s marked the beginning of its industrial journey, as it became home to manufacturing plants that generated thousands of jobs. This was followed by investments in high-tech industries and services, enabling Singapore to climb the value chain over time. Education became a central pillar of Singapore's strategy. The government recognized early on that a knowledgeable and skilled workforce was essential for economic growth. By implementing a robust and inclusive education system, Singapore ensured that its citizens could compete on the global stage. The emphasis on STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields, vocational training, and continuous learning prepared its workforce to adapt to rapidly changing economic demands. In addition to education, Singapore's leaders prioritized healthcare, housing, and public transport, providing a high standard of living for its residents. Policies like the Central Provident Fund, CPF, were introduced to promote savings, home ownership, and retirement security, creating a foundation for long-term stability. Several factors contributed to Singapore's rapid economic growth, one of which was its strategic geographic location. Situated at the crossroads of major shipping lanes, Singapore established itself as a global trading hub. The development of the Port of Singapore into one of the busiest and most efficient ports in the world enabled the country to become a vital node in global trade networks. The government also transformed Changi Airport into an international gateway, attracting millions of passengers and connecting Singapore to over 400 cities worldwide. Coupled with world-class infrastructure and efficient logistics, Singapore's connectivity became one of its biggest assets. Several key initiatives accelerated Singapore's success. One key driver was the government's forward-thinking policies, which encouraged innovation and entrepreneurship. The country invested heavily in research and development, R&D, creating a vibrant ecosystem that nurtured startups and small businesses. Initiatives such as the Agency for Science, Technology, and Research, (ASTAR), and One North Innovation District bolstered Singapore's reputation as a global hub for innovation. Singapore's Smart Nation initiative, launched in 2014, demonstrated its commitment to becoming a leader in digital transformation. From leveraging artificial intelligence and robotics to implementing a robust digital government infrastructure, Singapore solidified its position at the forefront of technological advancements. Another critical factor was Singapore's ability to form strong international relations, which helped the country tap into global markets and secure strategic partnerships. The government actively pursued free trade agreements, FTAs, which opened up new avenues for trade and investment. This aggressive pursuit of economic diplomacy helped Singapore navigate the complex web of international politics, ensuring its continued relevance and influence. As a founding member of ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, and a signatory to numerous multilateral trade agreements, Singapore played a key role in fostering regional cooperation and integration. This enabled the country to punch well above its weight on the global stage. The pivotal moment that marked Singapore's transition into a powerhouse nation came in 1991, when the government launched its Vision 2030 plan. This ambitious strategy aimed to propel Singapore into the ranks of the world's top developed economies by 2030. The plan was bold, audacious, and required significant investment in human capital, infrastructure, and innovation. It was this very plan that propelled Singapore onto the global stage, solidifying its position as a leader in the Asian region. In 2000, Singapore unveiled its Biopolis project, a sprawling research and development complex that aimed to make the country a global hub for biomedical sciences. This massive investment in the life sciences sector marked a significant shift in Singapore's economic strategy, as it signaled a move towards knowledge-based industries. The success of Biopolis was a crucial turning point, as it attracted top talent, created high-value jobs, and spawned a thriving ecosystem of startups and spin-offs. The decision to invest in water recycling and desalination technology was another critical factor in Singapore's success. With limited natural resources, the country was forced to think creatively to address its water scarcity issues. The government invested heavily in research and development, creating cutting-edge technologies that enabled it to harvest and recycle water. Projects like NE Water and Marina Barrage are shining examples of Singapore's success in achieving water sustainability. Today, these innovations are emulated globally. Additionally, Singapore has emerged as a leader in sustainable urban planning. From green buildings to eco-friendly public transport, the country consistently ranks as one of the world's most sustainable cities. These efforts underscore Singapore's commitment to environmental stewardship while supporting its economic goals. Singapore's transformation into a powerhouse nation was no overnight fluke. It was the result of careful planning, strategic investments, and a willingness to take bold risks. The implications of Singapore's success are far-reaching, with significant consequences for the future of Asia. As a region, Asia is now home to some of the world's most dynamic economies, and Singapore's story serves as a beacon of hope for other countries seeking to replicate its success. Several lessons can be drawn from Singapore's experience. These include: leadership matters. Effective, visionary leadership can overcome even the most daunting challenges. Invest in people. Human capital development is the cornerstone of economic success. Be adaptable. Willingness to innovate and diversify ensures resilience in a changing global landscape. Think long-term. Sustainable development and strategic planning yield dividends over decades. While Singapore's story is inspiring, replicating its success may not be straightforward. Factors like its small size, strategic location, and unique governance model may not be easily replicable in larger, more complex countries. The core principles that underpin Singapore's success, such as meritocracy, good governance, and investment in education, remain universal and adaptable. As we look ahead, the wild idea of Singapore further cementing its position as Asia's powerhouse nation may not be so wild after all. By continuing to invest in technology, sustainability, and human capital, Singapore is well positioned to lead in an increasingly competitive global economy. Its journey offers invaluable lessons for countries around the world, proving that even the smallest nations can achieve greatness with the right vision and execution. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to share your thoughts on Singapore's remarkable transformation, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. And check out my other videos, where I explore more economic transformations from around the world.